guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do something different. I want to move past the hairstyling and the makeup. I will still get back to that, but today I just want to do something really interesting. I want us talking about Big Brother Naija. This is something that we've been watching for close to 2 months now, and I really want to gist you on it. Actually, my point is, does your vote even count? Just like Tasha asked,
me, vote for this person, vote for that person, like your vote counts. Nigerians, y'all never learn. Does your vote count? Does it? So please, let me be. Thank you.
I really don't think so. So here my seat is a friend, and she's going. I just want you guys to stay glued to your seat and then join me welcome my guest. Stick and stay. Okay, so hi guys. As I promised you, I already have my guest in my seat. She's also a YouTuber just like myself, and she's known by Precious Yankson. So let's just get right to it. So the question is, does your vote really count?
Does your vote count?
Let's just talk about the whole Big Brother thing, okay? It started with 20 housemates, right?
Yeah, it did.
And this started back in July, I believe. Really interesting people that came together, strange people, they don't know each other, came together in a house, and, they decided to coexist. Yeah. That's the essence of the
whole show.
So, we have the likes like Kid Wire,
Erica,
our
favorite, actually. Talani Badge,
Neo,
Matoni,
V,
Tricky T,
Ozo,
Nengi.
Did you mention Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Tochi.
Tochi.
Tochi. Praise.
Lucy.
Praise.
Lucy.
And then Katrina.
Katrina.
So we had all these, different kind of personalities in the house, and it set up really well. And what I want to actually talk about is in relation to does your vote count? Okay. Okay. So talking about the voting system, so they had to, previously, right? What they normally do is the housemates come, to the diary room, and they nominate themselves, okay? So you just nominate whoever you want to be up for eviction. Now, what happened this year was totally different.
Very different.
And this time, what they did was, you, the viewers, will vote, right? And then the last day, when you vote,
your favorite guest to stay.
Do you get my point? And then the point is, in as much as you vote, right, and then you're hoping that, or you're hopeful that your housemates will stay. The list housemates with the votes, right, are being called. So let's say 4 are going to be called, and then the housemates will now go and vote out who they want. And I feel like it's not fair, because the housemates make that decision on behalf of the public, whilst you boldly come out to let us know that
our votes count.
Our votes count, and you tell me that when you want your favorite to stay in the house, vote. So where does your vote count? Like how is it even possible? And what do you think?
Bro, I think same as you. So I also thought it was unfair for viewers to invest. In a way, it's a kind of investment.
I know it is.
Yeah, waste your money.
I agree with you.
Yeah, to vote, and then you end up evicting somebody's favorite. It's something else. So
the point is,
like the voting system this year.
And I agree. I'm okay. It's okay that obviously people are going to leave.
Yeah, it's a game. We know that.
But the point where you say that the voting is in the hands of the public, or your favorite going to stay in the house is based on your vote. I feel like they should have just gone back to the normal system, or put up everybody for eviction.
Yeah.
You understand me? Yeah. So you don't, because the funny thing is, when you vote your favorite, right? And let's say the bottom 4 is maybe like in the case of Katrina, Lilo and the likes, and then Eric. The housemate and Eric, and then let's say the housemate decide to vote out the people they
you voted for.
You know what's going to happen? Even if your favorite, right, may not be the list of the 4, because the housemaid do not like her, she may even do better than some people, but they'll be in the house. Do you understand me? Like the votes, the votes may even be higher, but because the housemaid have
dislike the person, or they feel like the person is a threat or a competition.
I mean,
they just kick the person out.
It's funny because I feel at the end of the day, looking at what is happening right now, the strongest team players are
out.
Are out. And I'm like, it's actually a disgrace to even see what is left. I feel like I'm sorry, but I need to be that blunt. I need to be really blunt on that. And I feel the management would have to do better next time, because I feel they set the bar so high that we were expecting something better. People invest their emotions, people invest their
actually get addicted.
I
almost
I'm not gonna say I'm not. Mine is not almost. I actually go addicted to it, and it's crazy where if I talk about addiction, where you can feel the emotions of some of these housemates.
Yeah.
And it's like you dine with them, you bath with them, you sleep with them. You don't even
wake up with them.
You wake up. You don't even sleep until you see your favorite sleeping. That's how addictive this is, And I'm not upset about it. I love it. But for you, I don't know. I'm just disappointed in this year. I'm highly, and you know what? I just feel like they already knew their winner before the things that. What do you think? Like, what do you
I
think?
also think same. I think they already know their winner, which I think we all know who the person is. But let us.
I mean, like, I don't know.
We are going to talk about how we personally feel about the housemate, like each and everybody. So I'm just going to mention a name, and then we all talk about the person or what we feel about the person. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start with Lucy.
Okay.
What do you think about Lucy? What do you feel about Lucy?
Okay, so Lucy is an interesting character, let me just say. Okay. She came to the house really bubbly, like she's I think one of the eldest in the among the housemates, and I just liked her personality, especially with that platinum gold hair she had on. I was like, this girl will be an interesting person, But I feel along the line, you see that kind of thing where you're growing, right? And you find yourself among people who are younger than you. And because you have this kind of insecurity, you have this, what do you call it? Inferiority complex. Because
that is what you think.
That's what I think. Because I just feel that the day everybody, Big Brother says, all the housemates together and share their traveling experiences, I mean, I just feel that the moment where she realized, like, oh, this person has, it's natural. It's natural. Okay. Trust me, it's really natural. So looking at even because even me, when I watch, Nigeria, I think they do well with their youth. I feel they finish school very early than even Ghana. And they achieve a lot. I feel their parents actually open, like, they just give them that free will to
do whatever
they want to do, but still under strict management, And I even felt some kind of way when I realized that, like, Erica at 26, I'm 27, Erica 26, like, look what she has achieved. I'm like,
she said she completed school at the age of 21 or 22, if I'm correct.
We stand to be corrected, And I'm like, here in Ghana, you can't even leave your parents' house. Like, you can't unless you're married, So sometimes I feel like this girl has achieved a lot. What am I doing with my life? Not that I'm jealous of her, but the point is, I love it. I just feel like I have wasted a lot of my time, being in my parents' house and still being under this restriction. You can't even explore, and then because of our schooling system, by the time you're done with school, you have to get married. Like, that's crazy.
That is what is expected of women in Ghana.
You get me?
But we will change that narrative.
So back to, not that I'm trying to deviate from the main question. So I feel like Lucy felt that way looking at these fellow housemates, right? And the things they've achieved and the exposure they've got. I feel like she started to pity herself. So she used that as a strategy. I feel that's what she did because my point is, why would you keep crying every day and tell people that they're not listening to your opinion? It's okay for people not to accept your opinion.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. But because she already has that in her, she feels like everybody's against
Everybody
it.
needs,
You get me? If you don't hear, oh yes, as usual.
I didn't like that too. I always felt like she was always nagging. And then it made it look like, I don't know, they used to call her an old, they used to call her some name, old something. I don't know, I can't remember. But it was very annoying. That was the disadvantage. Like, that's one thing I did not like about Lucy. But for the good side, I don't know if she has OCD. But that was
oh my god.
I feel like that was very, because she's always cleaning. She always wants the place neat and tidy. That's like a good thing.
That's a good side, but it had a bad side to it where, you see, I may be wrong. Please, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Now with Lucy, you see that kind of thing where, because you haven't been in a place before.
Wow,
it's kind of like, you don't know what I mean. Don't make me look like a savage.
Okay.
Like, my point is, you know those sort of people. Okay, back in school, right? Back in high school, I know some seniors that don't live in very nice homes, right? So when they come to school, it's like the school is their home. No, their school is their home where they take charge and make sure this place is neat. Make sure, like, every time they are all glued to cleanliness. When I feel like, I mean, let us breathe, And I just feel like she has forgotten that this is not her house.
This is not her house.
This is Big Brother's house. Everybody has the freedom to do anything they want to do. It's okay for you to want the place to be neat, but don't make it look like you are the neatest.
You're in charge.
And then and I feel like because she felt she was old, she was trying to dominate, and that was the problem. That was the problem the housemates had with her. But she's a sweet person.
Yeah, I actually like
she smiles.
I think she's very beautiful
and all that. Yeah, she is. She is
very beautiful.
But she needs to work on her insecurities that I don't like. So next, let's just talk about people who stayed longer and those that have given us more highlights. Okay. So that we don't talk about, because they're 20.
All of them. Yeah.
20. I mean, we can't talk.
We don't have all day.
We can't talk about everybody. But I know of Tochi being a cool guy. You don't have so much to talk about Tochi.
Yeah, we actually don't have a lot to talk about others.
So like the likes like Tochi, what do you call it?
Like Lilo.
Lilo didn't really show much of herself. Yeah. So we can't even talk about her. Yeah. So that would be unfair.
Katrina also gave us a little bit.
I think she sold herself. She did well.
For that short period of time. I think she did well.
She did. Yeah. And who else?
The boss lady.
Yeah, she's called the boss lady. Okay, so let's talk about Tolani Badge. What do you think about T Badge?
I think I like the fact that she's very confident. I admire her for that. That is the only thing I can say. I feel like she speaks her mind. She's not scared to like just say whatever she wants to say. Yeah, I think that's what I like about her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I totally agree. Watching T Badge, the first day I saw T Badge when her entrance, I loved the dress she wore. I was like, wow, this could be my favorite. But I think during the week 1, in week 2, I guess, she was just quiet, in doubt, so I was not really enjoying her. But later, she started showing her beachy self, and she gave it to Catherine Agba's boss.
We are not violent people, but I actually enjoyed that whole...
I did. She put Catherine in her place, like, we are all bosses, but we don't talk about it, and and after that, I went to watch, what's her name? T Badge's YouTube videos. I'm
like she's a vibe.
She's a vibe. I like her confidence, and I feel like I've learned some things from her, how to be confident. I'm not saying I'm not confident, but I've learned this kind of feeling good about yourself. You don't want to care what people think about you. Period.
T-Force.
Period.
Ask another question. Do you think she and Prince are gonna be like a real thing?
That's an interesting question. Okay, so this is what T-Badge said when she was in the house, that looking at how things are going, everybody wanted to be booed at. So she doesn't mind having someone that she would have to cuddle with at night. So I think from the onset, it wasn't like a relationship thing. It was kind of like, I just want to get booed up, because this house can be something else.
Yeah, I think they were all influenced. I don't know.
There
was some kind of...
And I feel, in the house, Prince didn't look like he was so interested in her.
He was actually interested in Nengi.
And then he later said, well, he tried to, during his interview, he made it look as though, Nengi happened, but it didn't happen. So,
Let's brush it up.
Yeah, so he didn't want to tackle that. Really?
Okay, we are talking about Prince, right?
Yeah.
I like the fact that when he was trying to move to Nengi and it didn't work, he backed off
respectfully, and I like that. I
like men who would want to keep their dignity. If a girl is not looking away or she's not reciprocating whatever you are bringing, go move come on.
In that case, I just feel that they may or may not work. But this is what I think. I think they're going to use that as a strategy outside the house. They may not work, okay, but they will need to do that for, people, the viewers who want them together,
the shippers,
people who are shipping, they want to see that. So maybe they just use that they'll make themselves bankable, So that's what I think that would happen. But I can't be definite on that answer.
Okay. So moving on to the next housemate. Let's talk about Ozo.
Ozo, exactly what I was going to say, talking about men with dignity. Ozo comes to mind.
2020 Tony Umez. Signed and sealed.
Signed and sealed.
Okay, Ozo. Man like Ozo.
Okay, so Ozo, right? This is what I think. I stand to be corrected, okay? Now, with Ozo, people are calling him Mumu. If you say Mumu, do you know what it means? He's tok, he's being...
We say tok in Ghana.
We
say tok.
If I say Mumu, how do we explain?
It's not working.
Someone who is always foolish, you're not reasoning, And this is what I think, okay? I feel that Ozo had a stand that this is the woman I want.
Yeah.
And she's the one that I want, And I feel he was real enough not to be ashamed, of proving that to the world. Now, people feel like the girl doesn't like you. Why don't you move back?
Why don't you, yeah.
But the thing is, when you start with a game or you start with something, it's a game. Cameras on you. You are supposed to be yourself and for people to like you. But the point is, Ozo can stand, up for eviction and then he's being saved. So the question is, what if that's a strategy? What if he playing that game with Nengi, he's getting pity votes? Yeah. So I feel like Ozo cannot stop that thing he's doing until he's out of the house. And I am so sure that he will not tell the camera, but he will tell his family members that he needed to continue that strategy. Because think about it. When Nengi is not up for eviction, Nengi's army is going to vote for him now. You people are not even getting this. So you get me? I feel like also is smarter than what we think he is. He's smarter than this thing he's doing. Because also cannot tell me that he's the type of guy that has always been rejected in life. He's a fine guy. He has achieved a lot.
Of course.
You get me? The only thing I feel that people are seeing is the fact that he's not, he's just following Nengi about like that, and that looks funny, but I feel that's a great game he's playing, and he can change.
What I'll also add to what she said is that let's even forget the game. I think it is very normal for a man to pursue a woman like that. Like, I don't understand people that go like, oh, so why is he following? Why is he doing this? It is so normal. Like, he's chasing after what he wants. It is you, the same guys, that will be saying if Nengi gave in easily or if she's giving in easily, you guys will now calling the girl loose and she didn't. And then the guy is suffering to like get the girl's attention, and then I feel it's very normal.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that are calling him Mumu, and it is so I don't know what other guys how other guys pursue ladies, but then I feel it's so very normal.
And the funny thing, it looks stupid to them because they are watching it, but they don't know that's what they actually
happens.
Do.
Yeah,
it happens.
You do
we
it
have men
all
that
the
can
time.
be chasing women for so many years. Like, I want you. It's the same thing. The only thing they're not put on camera for you to watch.
To see.
You get me? So I feel like people are being hypocrites. Some guys are being hypocrites about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Very.
So I don't think what he's doing is bad.
It's
just that it's awful to see. But because nobody plays that to any of the guys who do that, they feel like, well, it's normal. You get my point? So, so I think the next housemate we want to talk about is Erica.
Kid Wire.
Kid Wire. Okay. She said Kid Wire. So
I think we should put Erica last.
Okay, let's talk about Kid Wire.
Yeah, so my man. I really like Kid. Like,
okay.
I don't know if I should say I love him. If I'm permitted to do that.
Please do. You have the floor to yourself.
I love that man. Like, oh my God. So there's this stereotype that rich kids are normally rude, snobs, like, name it. Like, people were actually thinking that was how Kid Wire is, or that was how he was going to be in the house. Like, those are the kind of attitudes he was going to, like, portray in the house. And this man actually did the opposite. Yeah, so I really love that man. If we are going to talk, we are not going to end today, but like what I want to say is that like I really love Kid Wire. I feel like he did very great. He did very good in taking care of Erica, taking care of actually of all the housemates. I think he did well. He had no bad blood with anybody. Like he was just real. Yeah. He was just
okay.
Great.
So my opinion on Kid Wire is that, you know, Kid Wire is, before then, you know, Big Brother has to do with your personality, right? And how real you can be. Because in as much as we are just watching, you have people behind the scenes that are learning from these people. Can I find myself in any of these housemates, and what can I do better? Or what can I, you know, relate with? So with Kid Wire, you know, before other seasons, you don't really find the likes of Kid Wire, like known as a billionaire's son. You know, most of it, I understand that in Nigeria, or I think in Africa, or wherever we find yourself, the rich kids are not respected. The rich kids are always denied of certain opportunities. Oh, you're rich, so no,
yes,
this show is for poor people. No, this is, you know. So I feel like, one, it was a shock to even find someone like this. So that was a disadvantage to Kid Wire, because when the housemate got to know, it was very easy for them to nominate him. So you get where I'm coming from, that your vote counts, because at this point
they felt he didn't need it.
They feel like he didn't need it, and we the poor people need it. And I think it's unfair, because this show is supposed to be for everyone. That's why I love this season very much, because it comprises of you know, different people, you know, from the walks of life. So I just feel Kid Wire showed a great personality. He showed that I can be rich and be humble. I can be rich and, you know, help people, because his main agenda was to come, network, and then connect people. That's the kind of person he is. So he showed it a lot. He said he loves to cook, you know, and he
actually cooked a
you know,
a lot of times.
The funny thing is, it got to a point where he could even cook and not eat, but just he just felt that he just had that love of just seeing people eat his food and just complimenting him, and that was enough food for him, you know. And I like that kind of person. He was selfless. He was selfless. He was not arrogant. You know, he stated a fact. And the funny thing, when people are stating the fact, like, oh, this person is too rude, oh, this person is too arrogant, this person is too proud, it's a lie. If I'm rich, I'm rich. And if I'm talking about my dad took about 15 or whatever governors, he flew them to UK, and it's true. What is it? It's true. That's the reality.
Even if he's boasting, he wasn't.
It's his reality. That's his reality. So he has to state it. And the funny thing is, when they had to talk about their heroes, right? And he stated what he has to state. The housemates were all like, do we believe he did that? Do we believe he has this? You know, really? How can you be on TV and lie? Like, really?
Yeah.
But, well, I think I just love how he was able to show himself. He was real. He didn't mind expressing how he feels, you know, towards, like, other housemates. And I appreciate his realness. He is what he is. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should talk about Lakon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we should talk about Lakon and his best friend, V.
And V. What are you saying? Interesting character. Let's talk about V. Let's talk about V and Neil. You know, together.
Okay.
Let's talk about. So, I think let's talk about Lakon first, right?
Okay. So, when Lakon came to the house, I don't want to say I didn't like him. I disliked him. The feeling was neutral. I didn't know because I didn't know what he was like bringing.
Okay.
Yeah. So as time went on, I got to know he's a musician. He's good. Like I actually went to listen to some of his music, and he's actually very good. Like you know, the guy is deep. You understand? He makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So but as time went on as well, I got to know he's very manipulative. That is what I didn't like about. And I don't know people actually. I don't know the first like I can't really say, but then I don't know what people actually see in him. Like, I feel like they've raised him like to a certain standard. I don't know. They feel like he's better than all the housemates, and they've the funny thing is that they actually all believe that Lakon is this, and and then they are ignoring people like Kid, and then they're always saying, he's the intelligent one, and I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but I just felt like it felt as if they were all worshiping him. Everybody wanted to be close to Lakon.
He's a god in a human body. He said it.
He said it.
He did. Yeah.
Well, I didn't like that. I felt like there were other people that were like intelligent to like deep people. Like I said, Kidwire. I'm not going to stop saying it. Prince was like, but I didn't understand the whole thing about Lakon. I'm not hating, but I really didn't understand that thing. I feel like he's a good guy. He's good. And another thing I didn't like is about the whole him and Erica stuff. But yeah, I think I'll leave it to you to talk about what you feel about him. Then continue with him and Erica. What happened?
Okay. So Lakon, the first day I saw him, I mean, I'm like, who is this guy with this lighting top? You know, it was really funny to me because I was like, okay, this is funny, but let's see, you know. So that, let me tell you the honest truth, that put me off a little bit. But I said, well, you know, so
don't judge a book by its cover.
You know, so he got to the house and I realized that, wow, this guy is smart.
Yeah.
Like his singing, because that day I think he became friends with Erica because, you know, they were kind of like
everybody wanted to
had
get
their own
close
circles, you know. So, you know, he was talking to Erica and other people, and then he was, you know, singing his song, you know, telling people about himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
selling himself. He actually did a very good job.
He
with
did,
that. Yeah.
and I really loved his like kind of music, and I loved the wisdom in his songs. So I started liking him. I'm like, okay, because the first housemate I really liked in that house was Nengi, Tolani Badge,
Nengi.
and then
I was actually a Nengi stan. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so it was Nengi, Tolani Badge, and then Lakon. Trust me, I'm being honest. Erica didn't even come in. I just saw her dress. I was like, oh, okay, she's nice. I just admired the fair girls in the house, but Nengi was my favorite because I just feel like what she said, you know, during her intro, she was like, oh, she want people to see the other side of her, not only the physique.
Just the
those were her words, and I was like, wow, that's the kind of person I am. I don't want people to just look at my outlook. Just what do I have? I want you to look at me and ask me, like, you know, and see the intelligent part of me. So I really, you know, connected with her in that aspect. So Erica was not even anywhere to be found because I felt she was cool and always covering herself.
So I felt like everybody was in the show. They were just,
you know. So that was when I started liking Lakon because he kind of like raps like Fouls, Manifest in Ghana. You know, so I was like, this guy, you know, I like him. Yeah. And I liked him because I feel like people, you know, everybody came to compete. Like, and you could see the guys that came this year, they are all stout, like gym guys. Yeah, like, you know, they're well built up,
men.
You know.
As a part of, I used to say, I think the men are actually more attractive. They look nicer than the women.
I'm telling you, that was what happened.
Wow.
So I feel like Lakon looking very small. I feel like, you know, wow, maybe this guy can win, because people may be looking down for him. This boy who this. But funny enough,
worked.
So that's how I liked him. So fast forward, I just felt like he became manipulative because he ended up. I feel like.
I think he had everybody's attention. He had everybody, so it was easy for him to like maneuver.
And I just felt I got disappointed when he had to play that Erica card, because I felt you should be yourself and you'll be loved. And I loved him for him. I loved Lekon for him and how smart he was. And I just didn't like when he had to play that card with Erica, where he started manipulating her, because you didn't state that you like this girl from the onset. And I feel, you can come for me, but I feel that if Erica didn't show interest in Kid, Lekon wouldn't have come out saying that I like this girl, I have feelings for this girl. And my point is, if you like a girl and she
why don't you go tell her?
And even she says she doesn't like you,
back off. We are back to this topic again.
Just like, you get where I'm coming from. My point is, Dora got the same blow. But from Ozo. Ozo said, I like Nengi, my dear, please, so, But she did it with respect. That's a lady.
Yeah.
Maybe we can also say that, well, we don't know how he's feeling. If he was outside the house, it could have been better. No problem. My point is, fine, it's okay for you to feel that way, but you also needed to respect the person's preference.
Yeah, because
the fact that everybody have preference. Okay, the fact that she's your friend doesn't mean that she's supposed to like you, or you are qualified to be her guy. No, I think the mistake Erica actually made was to be his friend in the first place.
Yeah.
Because when everybody was not listening to Lekon, she was the one hyping him. You guys, this guy is good. People were like, okay, but I feel like Erica gingered everybody to listen to him. And I feel it's rather unfair, because right now you're trying to say that be friends with people who are of your level, because people who are below your level can disgrace you. That's how I feel like everything just looked like, if Erica didn't reduce herself, because already Erica is somebody before she got to the house, okay? Yeah. So I feel like if Erica didn't befriend him, all this wouldn't have happened. Another thing is that people feel that Erica also led him on, because with that mental connection, something, because if you say you are mentally connected to somebody, I know that she was trying to make him feel good, but that came back to bite her.
It's safe to tell someone you
are
attracted to their brain, and not their physical
you get me? But
features.
I just feel that he felt like the fact that you tell me that you like something about me, that means that anyhow that can change.
Okay.
People can fall in love with someone's mind and forget about his looks.
Yeah.
So maybe he had that hope that things may change. But my point is, it looked too much of a strategy, because at the end of the day, you could just see through Lekon. And Beverly tweeted something that was gaslight, got gaslighting, and she wished Erica didn't fall for the bait. I mean, she just wished Erica didn't take that bait, because gaslighting is like someone trying to make you feel like you are insane. Please, I'm coming. Let me check. Let me check. I might be lying to you, my viewers.
Oh my God.
So let's go. Google is always there. Meaning of gaslighting. So let's say. So gaslight, right? It says manipulate. Okay, someone by psychological means into doubting their own sanity. So I feel this was the tactic Lekon used on Erica, where there was a point where Erica, she when she gets drunk, she does crazy stuff, and I think she tried to kiss him once, but which she agreed, okay. But I feel later on when Ebuka asked him the question, because I feel later on he got her in certain vulnerable states where he had to lie and say that she tried kissing him, which. For me, I watch Big Brother unless
24/7.
The camera didn't show that part. I watch
even watch it on our phones.
I had Showmax on my phone. That's it. You get me? So my point is, he lied. Now the funny thing is, because she did it once, she tried once.
He made it look like it was a thing.
You get me? And you said that several times, and then The girl was like, no, I admit that I tried. When you even told me, she was ashamed. Oh, I tried. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But later, I mean, she's like, what this?
Kept on telling people,
you
all
kept
the
on telling
housemates,
people, and she's asking herself, like,
that was mad annoying. I'm
and she's kept asking herself, like, one doesn't mean several, So when you go about saying that I tried kissing you on so many occasions, that means that you're trying to tell me that me having a thing with my guy kid, I want to have something to do with you. She, at that moment, I felt Erica was thinking about her dignity, integrity, what people are seeing. It wasn't like she wanted to prove to anybody I am not. No, she just